Hi, welcome to my channel Simply Self. Today I'll be talking about niyamas or observances. This is the second limb of the eightfold path of yoga, the first being yamas, the great vows. The niyamas represent our relationship to our own selves, while the yamas focus on our relationship to the outside world. Together, they form the philosophical basis of the practice of yoga. Yamas have been covered in my earlier video, a short way to get rid of stress and be happy. The link to which is given in the I button on top and in the description below. Do check out the video. Now let us understand the niyamas or observances. There are 5 niyamas. The first one is shaucha, that is purity or cleanliness. This is to be practiced at the level of body, mind, speech, and environment too. We all know and do practice bodily hygiene on a daily basis, like a morning ablutions, which is brushing our teeth, bathing, and so on. However, do we also practice mind and speech hygiene or cleanliness on a daily basis? Are we even aware that such cleanliness is required, and how can we achieve this? Being mindful of our thoughts would be the first step towards purity of mind. Here, awareness is the key to help change a negative thought pattern to a positive one. Every time a negative thought arises in our mind, we need to replace it with a positive one. As we go on filling our mind with positive thoughts, slowly the negative thoughts will get pushed out of our mind and over a period change our thought pattern to a more constructive one. And when we work on making our thoughts pure, our words and actions too will attain purity. This is because everything stems from our thoughts. If we think right, we will speak right and act rightly too. Shaucha also includes keeping our house and surroundings clean. The second niyama is santosha, that is contentment. This helps us to first become aware of all that we have and learn to be grateful for it. Contentment is not to be confused with complacency. Though our goal in life should always be to become better in whatever we do, we should not end up being in a rat race and lose our peace and happiness. This is where practicing santosha, that is contentment, helps us to accept things and people as they are, while continuing to pursue excellence in all areas of our life. Third niyama is tapa, that is perseverance. Bringing a certain amount of discipline and order in different areas of our life would be a step towards tapa. It is a forced action to be taken to remove imperfections or weaknesses of the body and mind. Working on ourselves with a certain sense of purpose will help us in practicing tapa. Fourth niyama is swadhyaya, that is self study. As our lives mostly revolve around the external world, we have generally no clue to the happenings in our internal world of body, mind, and soul. This is where swadhyaya or self study plays an important part. Self reflection or self introspection is the key to becoming a better version of ourselves. While observing our thoughts, actions, emotions, aspirations, desires, needs, and so on, we need to be non judgmental about it. Any judgmental thought too can be observed. Observing bodily sensations or discomforts while practicing asanas would also be a step towards swadhyaya. Another aspect of swadhyaya is the study of scriptures. Any scripture or spiritual text that is uplifting and helps us to connect with our inner divine self should be incorporated as part of swadhyaya. Fifth niyama is Ishwar Pranidhana, that is surrender to God or nature. Just as birth and death are not in our hands, there are many other aspects and situations too in our lives that are beyond our comprehension and control. This is where Ishwar Pranidhana or surrendering to a higher power helps us to maintain our sanity and get on with our lives even in the face of an adversity. On our part, we have to ensure that in every situation we do our best and leave the rest to nature or higher intelligence. Letting go is a part of Ishwar Pranidhana. While performing our duties and responsibilities with utmost care, the practice of this niyama helps us to understand that we function as mere instruments of higher power and are as such not the doers. That is, things happen through us and not by us. The more and deeper our practice of niyamas and other limbs of the Eightfold Path of Yoga, the better we would function as instruments of nature or supreme intelligence. So, guys, let us practice the five niyamas and discover our true potential and become an asset to our own selves, to the people around us, and to the whole world too. Do subscribe to my channel and like and share the video with all your friends and family. And post your comments too, especially on any one takeaway from the video that resonated with you. Wishing you all a lot of happiness and smiles. Thank you for watching.